Shopping for an RV with a large family, I feel like can be nearly impossible. You need a lot of storage, a lot of sleeping. You need it to look nice, but also not break the bank. Did you know this has 4 bunks and a half bath? Oh yeah, you're gonna like this. What's going on, everybody? This is Hunter. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to take you on a tour of a pretty darn special camper. This is the 2025 Cardinal 37BEST, the B-E-S-T. There's going to be a massive bunk room, but it's got a few 2025 changes that I think you are going to love. Most notably, look at this brand new exterior decor. You got the soft glow lights here on this front cap, 4-point electric auto leveling now, and the inside got completely reworked and redone. I think you guys are gonna really like it. Drop comments, drop your thoughts, and all of the specifications, length, height, tank sizes, awning sizes that you just saw pop up on the screen will also be down in the description with a link directly for the pricing. So if this is something that interests you, feel free to check that out. But family friendly, not only in budget, but in floor plan. I mean, pass-through storage, dual entries with the solid entry steps. There is a lot to love and a lot to go over. I hope you guys dig it. Let's go ahead and jump on into the inside. And this is where I think Cardinal has really separated itself from the rest of the pack. I mean, this is going to be more widely known as like an entry-level price point fifth wheel. And tell me, how many campers that are inexpensive pack this much decor, you know, for the price? I mean, one, they redid the floor. So it is light, it's bright, it's beautiful, but it's not like obnoxious. You have an island that has all new countertops, or all new cabinetry, I'm sorry. I mean, look at how nice that looks. It's just a nice neutral decor. So you have light and bright, but they also reworked in the back wall right there, which you can see adds in a little bit of accents. You got some pretty fancy pants looking little lighting structure there, but I think they just did a really good job. Now, floor plan wise, you have your bunks behind that door. We'll get to that, but you have a slide right here, which is going to be for your seating slide. Massive, massive windows, all of which are going to come with the zebra shades. You also have this nice dinette, which notice there's not going to be any knee knockers. It's kind of a bar style seating is what I would call it. You can still option in the dinette. So if for whatever reason you need that extra sleeping, you know, you can still get that. And then you have the recliners over here. And I'll show you how I fit into these here in just a little bit. But as you move across, I just think it looks so nice. I mean, again, just look at that island. You got the flip up countertop. I mean, that's hard to beat. If you need just a little bit of extra room, you got some extra room. But if you need the walking space, you know, you have the walking space. Now, another thing that they really, really reworked, and I think they hit a real home run, is they changed up the appliances. I think Cardinals of the past, you know, the 24s, the 23s, you know, I've been selling Cardinal for about 10 years. It's a nice product, but it's always looked kind of cheap, which I think is what their downfall is. Now, I think it looks high-end, but you don't get charged like all that crazy stuff. I mean, I think the valances, or not valances, whatever the heck you want to call, you know, whatever that is, that wood stuff. I mean, I'm not very fancy, which, you know, babe, if you're watching, I love you. You married a simple man, that is for sure. But you got your Furrion refrigerator. I mean, look at how nice this is. If you guys saw the refrigerator of last year, you know how much of an upgrade this is. It's also going to be a 12 volt, which means it'll run off your battery, the solar, you know, all that good stuff. And then they also juiced up the appliances here as well. The oven got a little bit bigger. You got the 3 stovetop burner to whip up all the fixings. You got enough room to cook up, you know, some cookies, some pizzas, you know, get your Chef Boy RV on. But then you also got pretty big pull-out drawers right there, which I should have said that with the bottom two, because this one's a little bit smaller. But also notice too, I don't recall Cardinal ever having the soft close. I mean, how nice is that? Doesn't get much better. The hard plastic wrap tops, that way you don't have to worry about any drinks, you know, spilling and seeping into anything, which is a problem in a lot of the less expensive units that are out there. And a good little viewing window, you know, here as well. The microwave got a little bit juiced up. I mean, finally they got a microwave. Good old potato there. You always need potato mode. Cabinets, left, right, and above. And then you swing around and you're back over to your island, where you're going to notice you have your stainless steel undermounted bowl hitting those dishes from all angles. Underneath here, you also have, access to your plumbing. You got a little place for a garbage can, which is always nice. And you can remove that and get to, kind of all the maintenance type stuff. And then you're also going to get two more pull-out drawers, here as well. Now back on over, to this slide. Let me go ahead and show you what it's like, with me in it, so that way you can really get a good feel for it. So over with the slide, the first thing that I notice is you are going to have some pretty good slide height right here. You're looking at about 6'3" or so you don't have to worry, about bonking your head. I am 6 feet tall, but then you also have these recliners. And the nice thing about the recliner is you get, let me scoot over here. You're going to get cup holders that are going to be stainless steel on either side. You're also going to see you have the zebra shade as well, so you can go, half Dracula or full Dracula, depending on, how you like it. You can block out that sun, keep the old nosy eyes out. But the snoozing aspect of this, a lot of people complain about the RV furniture, and I'm not really sure for what, because personally I think this is pretty darn comfortable. And even though the TV is on an angle, you are directly across from it. Anywhere you sit here, you have a good viewing angle. Of course, unless your back is turned right there. But other than that, primo location. Tinted windows, both of them on the side open up for a good breeze. I think you're ready to rock. The only other thing to really go over in this room before we head back into the bunk room would be over here in this area. We are back to kind of the mini USB and plug-in area, kind of like the coffee bar station, or, in this case, a great place to put a fake plant. But you also have a couple drawers up here, again, just to kind of put all your stuff. You're also going to find a little bit more down here, along with a fuse box. So if for whatever reason, maybe a light isn't turning on, make sure to go ahead and check that. But you also have this pantry here again with the backlighting, which doesn't get much better than that. For a camper with a bunch of kids, you're going to need a bunch of blankets, a bunch of food, really a bunch of everything. And this gives you, plenty of ample space. Plus, when I was referencing the TV earlier with the angle, this is what you're going to get, from the dinette. So a lot of people oftentimes do not like the style of TV that is, being at the angle that it is, but really there's no downside to it, to this style of floor plan. I can see some applications that not working, but in this one, I think it truly fits, and if anything, it enhances the camper because it allows you to get that half bath behind the TV. So you have your Jensen TV. I'm going to guess probably about a 55 inch. It is a fairly large TV here. You're also going to get some good countertop space, but you also get just a little bit of storage right there. I'm not sure what you're going to put in there, but it is, something. And then you have your Furrion 30-inch fireplace that puts out 500 square feet of heat. In an RV this size, it'll really heat the entirety of this area, probably go back, into the bunk room, possibly up towards the bedroom, as long as you have proper airflow, and, it pushes through. But since if you were buying this, you're probably very curious about the bunk room, let's go ahead and check that out. And this is definitely an above average bunk room. Check this thing out. All right, so now we are back in the bunk room, and this bunk room is big enough for your kids to hang out on those rainy days. So let alone just sleeping, they can actually hang out here in general and kind of make your camp life a little bit easier so they're not screaming. You have ample storage both left and right, and both sides are going to have a couple pull-out drawers, with the top one being about as half the size as the bottom two. You're also going to notice you get a second fireplace down here. So that's going to be really nice. You got your electric heat, another 30-inch Furrion fireplace. So between this heat and the heat out there, it's going to be really all the electric heat that you need. You also have a TV backer with the appropriate plugins for about a 40-inch. Now over on this side, you're going to get two bunks. One, obviously above the other. I don't know where I was going with that. But you have an emergency exit, pull, push, and plop, so you can get out in a hurry. And then this bottom one, I do wish that this flipped up, because if you are somebody that is, 6 feet tall, like my 16-year-old, there's no way in heck he would stay right here. But you do have the ability to pull it out. to create, just a little bit of extra space. And notice that there is no carpet in the slide. I do think that is nice. Now, if you do have the older kid, like I was referencing, you can come on over to this slide where it actually has a sofa, which is going to be a pullout, plus this top one flips up. So I would consider that more of like your hangout side, a little bit more conducive to someone a little bit bigger. Plus, to pull it out, all you got to do is bada bing, bada boom. Lift up, yank out, you're making a full-size bed. 2 windows here up at the top, and then you got plenty of plugins back here, for all of your stuff. But let's get this thing unscrewed here. Let's check out the old bathroom Rooney. There we go. So there's the old gimbal I'm working. And let me know what you think about these new style of videos. This is the thermostat to control the AC. But I'm trying something a little bit new. Trying to knock out some things, see if I can get a little bit better for you. It takes a ton of time, though. Boom, the old bowling gun, baby. This is going to be your half bath with your own separate entrance. And then you have yourself a little bit of a medicine cabinet. And then the plastic foot flush throne. Now this is looking like it might be just a hair tight. You know what? I'll tell you, no, it's really not. Let me turn off that face tracking mode. It's really not all that tight. I mean, honestly, it looks like it would be, but you got room on both sides. Plus, if you really need to, you got a little lean spot right here. And I like the fact that there's a door across the way so you can play a little friendly neighbor, Nice little surprise for you. Hey, how you doing? All right, max air fan to turn on the old Steam Sucker 3000 right up there, and you are ready to rock. But what a great bunk room. Now let's go ahead and slide our way up towards the front of the camper. But this brings us back to that living room, and man, I'll tell you, these 25 changes, I think they just did a really, really good job. Now, before we get to that bunk room, this is going to be your main entrance. But I like how they have the controls, right here. And like I was saying before, this is a brand that's going to save you a little bit of money. But I like the fact that they didn't spend extra on like a touchscreen. I'm not really a big fan of all these touchscreens, but you have all your slide out controls, 1 through 5 right here, along with your awning and all of your different lights. And then you got your tank heaters, which are going to be really nice. It's going to heat that tank up so that way you can camp a little bit earlier, a little bit later into the season. They also have the Suburban on-demand hot water heater, and I believe it's a 55,000 BTU system, if I recall correctly. It's either a 45 or a 55. But essentially, you have endless heat as long as you have propane. And then, as you come along over here, you got your bathroom, and there is going to be enough space up in that for even a bigger fella like myself. And then you have another porcelain foot flush throne, and this one definitely, has the space for you. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And I like how they put into the accent lighting there around the mirror. I just think that looks really nice. And there's going to be another fan up here too as well, again, to help suck out, some of the steam or stink from whatever that you're doing. Storage here underneath with some access for your plumbing, and then a plastic bowl, again, to keep down on cost, to keep down on weight. And then you got your cubbies. And I'll tell you, I don't know what this is, but this smells good. Peppercorn, vetiver, and bourbon. What the heck is vetiver? I don't know. I am not a fancy guy, but whatever vetiver is, I think it smells pretty darn nice. And then bathroom size height, 6 foot, 300 pounds. I fit in here, doing the tracking again. And then right here, I mean, as you can tell, plenty of space. Head height wise, I mean, you're looking at about 6'7", so you're in the business. And then you even have a couple hooks right here where you can hang up your towels. Plus this, to get in and out, keep a little bit of privacy. I like how it's on that roller side. Now for the bedroom here. Boop-a-doop-boop-doo. Nah, meh.